Episode 13.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of House Money with Peter T. Cook. Today's episode is The Plan. The Plan. One of my favorite quotes is, everyone has a plan until you get punched in the face. Mike Tyson. Iron Mike. Some of the best advice anyone can ever have. Everyone has a plan, boom! Until you get punched in the face. What are you gonna do when that happens? That's the problem. That's the problem, folks. Most of us don't have a plan when that happens. When we get punched in the face, we don't know what to do. What are we gonna do? That happened to me. I actually, metaphorically, literally, and figuratively, I've actually been punched in the twice face physically. Boom, knocked out. Funny, one of the things I've been told is I need to incorporate more Peter stories, make this more relatable. Here's a story. On my honeymoon, I'm divorced now, but stories like this don't help the cause any. But on my honeymoon, I was in Italy. And my wife didn't, my ex-wife, or ex-wife at the time, didn't want to go out that night. She had a headache. We're in Florence. Okay, well, good night. I'm gonna go out. And big mistake. She stayed in the room, and I went out and had too much fun. And anyways, leaving the bar restaurant late that night and stumbling back to the hotel, I got mugged. I got hit by a guy. Yeah, there's these guys riding their bike around the little plaza. You knew they stuck.
What?
Yeah, these guys stuck out like a sore thumb. It's like, who's riding bikes at midnight? There's these two dudes riding their bikes around in like this little square where kind of all the bars were. But you had to leave that and kind of go down these alleys to kind of get to, like, it was a central place, but you had all these roads that connected up. So I was walking. I didn't want to walk by myself, so I found this crowd was walking in the same direction I was. So I kind of got behind them and was walking behind them. And anyways, I had to peel off at a certain point. Anyway, peeled off. Next thing I heard a bike, turned around, bang! I got smashed in the leg, knocked down, and boom, knocked out.
Rob you or what?
Oh yeah, he did rob me. Oh yeah. He literally took my wallet. What's crazy is I had my camera and he didn't take it. And it was two amazing things happened. One is I had it was like a black and white vision where a woman with a broom was saying, "Get away from him." And then I remember waking up and I shat my pants. I literally woke up and I shat my pants. Having gotten knocked out, I shat my pants. It's one of those things where it's like, I don't know if life flashing before my eyes or everything happens so quickly. One of the most remarkable things, two remarkable things happened in that. One was the fact that where he punched me right here. What's crazy about that, I'd been punched in the face once before. And that other punch tore my jaw in half, and I actually have 2 titanium plates and 8 screws. So when this guy in Italy punched me, he punched me in the one spot that could not break my jaw. Like the exact, I actually got a scar, and it's literally like directly below it. It's unbelievable how he could not have punched me in a perfect spot. For me, for him, it probably broke his hand, no joke. The other part is when I was stumbling around, concussed, and I'm in Italy. To this point, it's like probably 2, 3 in the morning. These 3 guys find me and they call an ambulance. And the one guy gave me the shirt off his back so I could use it as a compress to hold against my jaw. It was unbelievable. The ambulance came, they got me loaded, and actually reached out to had the EMTs reach out to the hotel where my wife was staying at at the time, and so she got the call that, hey,
Crazy, man.
your husband's been knocked out and he's he's been punched in the face and he's in the hospital. So, yep. Yeah, it's probably a sign the marriage was doomed from the start. So, hey, so like you say, everyone has a plan until you get punched in the face. One of the most remarkable, actually, the incredible thing about that was, prior to getting punched in the face, I was an a-hole. I was a jerk. I was not having a good time. I was not a good husband. I was not a good person on this trip. Started on a plane trip out at the airport. I was just not a good person. And getting punched in the face, my vacation did a 180. I actually started enjoying myself. Folks, sometimes it takes getting punched in the face to change your direction, to see life differently. And it honestly took getting punched in the face on my honeymoon for me to take a step back and start enjoying things. Like, I got to see the statue of David being pushed around in a wheelchair, and I got pushed right up to the front.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's amazing little things like that. And so, Dakota, have you faced anything where it's like all of a sudden you got punched in the face, literally, figuratively, I don't know. Everyone's had it happen.
Yeah,
Most people don't have it happen on their honeymoon, but what's an example that you've had?
Well, I have a lot of examples of that from motocross.
Okay, and how did you react? How did you basically, when that happened, what did you do to adapt to your situation, to survive and thrive?
Man, there's been a lot of times where I just got really knocked down from I perceived that as like a career for a long time.
Okay.
And, I was training at a really high level, and just like there was a few injuries that like really set me back. They're pretty depressing. But I mean, I guess it's just one day at a time. That's all you can do. But there's definitely been some times that I've been like I've broken my back once. That one really sucked.
Oh man.
I've actually broken my back twice.
Twice.
Yeah.
Oh, folks. Whew.
Yeah, but the one from motocross was just really bad, and I was really concussed as well. And another one was like, I was training for nationals. It's called the championship's called Loretta Lynn's.
Okay.
And but I tore my ACL when I was training for that, and I was at like it's called Club MX. It's like a world-renowned training facility, and just like, man, that one was tough. And I had to have surgery, and it just put me out completely, for the rest of the year. And I was just like, it sucked. But yeah, I mean, it's just one day at a time,
That's it, because you have a plan. Your plan was to go to nationals, and then life happened.
Yeah.
It was like this happened. What do you do to adapt, folks? That's what we have to do. It's there again. It's having that mindset. It's the fact is, oftentimes we can take that step back. What's incredible is when you live one day at a time. When you live in that moment, it's you basically step back. So I looked at it when, for example, Plain It Safe. When I got with Plain It Safe, I love that name. I think it's so witty, tongue-in-cheek. PLANE, airplane, it's safe. The problem is mentally, we think playing it's safe.
Right.
Or Google will autocorrect it to Plain It Safe.
Yep.
So all of a sudden, it was like, shoot, I had a problem.
Yeah, man. I'm way more into reflex traveler.
It was a huge problem though. I have, no joke, I had every product labeled Plain It Safe. I had